But you got to see that standpoint too. But at the same time, Louis C.K. has not been on stage in how long?
At least
a year. So guess what? You know where he was at? You know where he was at? He was at an open mic, trying new stuff, trying to be funny. The first thing he should have said is talked about what he did. Work on something like that. Yeah, work on something like that. But at the same time, I think I've heard Louis C.K. make subject matters that are like really nasty and touchy funny. So I think it was an open mic. New material he's trying out. It's just like me. If I go up there tonight, open mic tonight, nobody should be recording me because I'm trying to be funny. And, and sometimes it doesn't work out, obviously. It doesn't work out. So I'm really lenient. I had a comedian call me a spick while I was on. Well, after I got off stage one time, and you know what I yelled at? The audience, they gasped. They were like, immediately. I said, no. He's trying to be funny. That was my first instinct, and that's my first instinct anytime I hear a comedian say anything on stage. But I'm biased towards comedians, and that's just me. You'll always get the other point of view from me as far as comedians. I believe you should be able to say whatever the hell you want on stage. But try to be funny. And sometimes it doesn't work out not being funny. But I bet you if he works on that joke, it's going to become funny.
Well,
Maybe.
It's like...
you never know, but you got to try him.
I don't know. I don't think you guys were with me at all. Justin Lawson was in town.
Oh, yeah.
Not Preacher.
Hey, congratulations to his brother.
Yeah.
He's going to go up soon, too.
They're both big. They're both big time.
They're going to be.
Some of the highest paid comedians is Preacher right now.
He's $10 million.
No, I don't. No,
I saw it on a...
Yeah.
No,
we're talking about it on a fucking radio. Yeah.
It's all over the place. Yeah. Well, so Justin was in town...
right from Orlando, everybody.
Woo, Orlando. He was in town. Actually, he's the guy that tried to work with my stand-up comedy, so I'm proud of that situation. But Justin was in town, I think a few months ago.
Yes.
I was looking at Aaron because I know Aaron saw him in another show. But
he was at a show with me at the Broken Cauldron.
I told him, oh no, that was recently, wasn't that? Yeah. This was like a few months ago. He was in town again. But Justin was trying out new jokes, which were hilarious. Mm-hmm. But I asked him, can I record him? And he's like, no. Yeah. Don't do that because I'm just trying him out. And I wanted to just show it to his mom. I'm good friends with his mom. Yeah. But he didn't even want his mom seeing his new jokes. But they were crack. Mm-hmm. I loved his new style. I thought he was funny before, but his new style was even more funny,
And he's going to get better with the practice. Like I said, we're just trying to be funny. It's not nothing personal to anyone. It really isn't. If you ever hear some comedian, it's not. But, some of the subject matter, hey, and comedians out there, you just got to, deal with what you talk about. And there's consequences. So, just have that in mind, too.
I know I don't go to open mic nights all night because I have to wake up at, 5:30 in the morning to go to Universal. But I try some of my stuff around people all the time, like at Universal.
You do the tester market. Yeah. That's what I call it. is you're sitting around with your friends with the Dorito guy. Yeah. And I'm going to keep going back to the Dorito guy.
I want some Doritos. I'm getting hungry.
Cool Ranch.
Oh, she's gonna try.
I got the munchies.
So yeah, you're sitting around with your friends, and you're wondering, and they're the ones who are going to tell you if you're taking it too far. Is really the close people that you're around. At least some of my material has been that way. Like Aaron, you really don't want to go to an open night and start talking about masturbating and pedophilia, and not maybe in the same sentence, but
that's too much.
So I got a little story for you.
Sure.
I was asked
Please, thank you for chiming in there. That was a really dark place I was taking the show.
Transfer. Yeah.
I think a majority of the people are pretty open-minded to the type of comedy you can tell. I was asked to do a showcase with 9 other comics at a brewery, which happens to be actually a church as well.
Oh, really?
It's a church
I heard about that.
In the brewery. And we were asked the first night.
Is
we
it
came
St. Matt's?
No, it's...
no, because they don't actually produce
I guess I have to be clean.
You want me to say the name of it? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're local, so.
It's on
Castle Church. It's called Castle Church Brewery.
Oh, cool. Hey, let's give it up for Castle Church. Okay, yay!
So we were doing our thing. We were asked to do clean comedy.
Oh, really?
And for the majority of the night, we were, but it didn't feel organic. And then about halfway through, another local comic, David Jolly, went up, started doing his.
Oh, no.
He started doing his stuff, and every time he'd get to start doing a joke, he would stop halfway through, like, I can't do that joke. I can't do that joke. The crowd rallied behind him, and it's like, just do the joke.
Yeah.
And he just went full into the type of, if you guys know
we love you, David Jolly. He's funny.
He just went right into all of his dirty stuff, and it was great. The crowd went wild.
Yeah.
And
we all need a break. Yeah.
Ever since then, they're now going to be doing dirty comedy. At
the
crowd
church.
wants at the church. 'Cause the crowd wants it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
and you need a break.
you
You need a break. You don't think God knows about God ever cussed? If there's something there,
Well,
he never cussed.
Jesus, when he picked up the table when he
Who
at the
doesn't
table, he
cuss?
wasn't cussing.
I bet God says "God damn it" more than anybody else.
He
Well,
probably invented
yeah.
the term.
He praises
Yeah.
himself, and then he gives Satan a little high five.
Hey,
He's
high
like,
five.
"God
This
damn
gotta
it, we
go."
nailed it, both sides.
Yeah.
Well,
Do
we
it."
got a lot of crazy people on this earth right now, so I don't know.
God damn it.
David Jolly, he was on Facebook,
funny,
and
dude.
I just found out I knew his brother.
Oh,
His brother worked with me at Cowfish too, like Preacher's mom and Justin's mom worked with me at Cowfish. I'm like, I didn't work there very long, but man, I met a lot of top people from working at a burgershi restaurant.
Yeah.
Universal. Now I wear in costumes, so
Yeah. It's a small world. It's a
It's a
small
small
everybody.
world after all.
I fucking am cutting both your mics
It's a
off.
small world after all.
Oh.
I got my
I think
Dutch
Aaron doesn't
shoes
like
on.
this song for some reason.
Oh,
Come on,
God.
Aaron, let's sing some. What, Aaron,
Okay, Aaron right now is stabbing me. Everyone come down and help me, please.
what kind of song can we sing?
Oh, we're not live. Damn it!
What kind of song can we sing together? What kind of?
I don't know what songs that you might know that I might know.
I
It's
don't
a
know where this
small-
is going.
Yeah,
but
we're-
This
it's-
is real weird now. I feel.
yeah,
A
now this,
whole new world.
Oh my God!
I can't sing. My vocals are screwed up still, and I'm toe
I'm going to have to
deaf.
turn this down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to yell.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
Just kidding, guys.
Imagine she's been drinking. Imagine
Oh,
she was
that's
on
what she
drugs
needs.
right now.
That's what she needs, I think. I
Yeah,
think she
we
needs a shot.
need to get her some of that.
What do you need? What kind
I
of
need,
Get her some
I need a
Ambien.
margarita and a doctor.
And
A
a doctor-
Jewish doctor.
Dr.
Shalom?
Feelgood?
We get you a margarita. I'm about to do a doctor.
See,
He's
this
got
is
some-
already getting closer to because I think Julie is now to that overtired stage because every time when she's normal, she's like very prim and proper, and then all of a sudden she's doing a Disney style act and goes stubs her toe. Fuck, that's Julie. That is.
No, and by the way, we're outside, so it's getting chilly. I think she's trying to stay warm too at the
Well,
same time. It's chilly out here, right?
So
we're
can
outside,
I tell
people.
Can I tell the story of how I met our host Aaron?
Aaron.
I'm getting
Yeah,
confused
you
now.
really
Grumpy's
fucked
host
that one
tonight,
up.
Aaron Duvall. Yes.
Yes. So Aaron, I met him at Drunken Monkey.
Drunk.
Yeah, and I was working
Which
on some of my
serves no
stuff from
alcohol.
stand-up class. Do you remember that or no?
Yeah, I remember.
I was looking to say you forgot. And now we become like BFFs. I'm like
BFFs, yeah.
Yeah, we're like
So
BFFs.
I myself, I met.
How many times a day do you call Julie your BFF? I'm just out of curiosity. To all the people around you.
0.
I myself met these three at a brothel. And,
What? I don't remember that.
And I
Was
appreciate.
I drunk?
I appreciate the massages and the touching.
Hey, man, $20 is $20.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get down and dirty.
Don't make my business go down. I've taken that test 20 million times. So,
Okay.
my 20th
Of-
job.
I have to ask. I was not in the show tonight because I was sitting with the equipment.
Yes.
Sometimes it's going to rotate for who's out here. I saw two females on stage that I feel like they were the New Year's Evers.
Yeah, pretty
were
much.
they?
Yeah.
They haven't got over it yet.
There were two siblings fighting over. I don't even know what they were
twins.
fighting
Isn't
over.
they were
They're
twins?
identical twins.
Oh yeah.
And how did that work out for as a comedy show?
It was actually funny just watching the two of them fight with each other.
Were they drunk?
They were fighting over
Yes,
one
they were
microphone,
drunk.
so
Yes.
it made it worth
even
watching.
though there's two.
Yes. Yeah, even though there's two micro, they were on the same one.
It would have
yeah.
been awesome if there was pillows and something else involved,
Yeah.
but
And then one of them cut the other one's hair, and
That's not funny.
okay.
You don't cut people's hair. I had
Did she
situations.
really cut someone's hair? Her hair?
no, they didn't.
He's just
That
adding
was
that.
like a very permanent for a
That's
comedy
like
set. I mean,
my brothers.
It got dark. I'm just gonna say
my
the
brothers
twins
put,
are crazy.
My brothers put gack in my hair and stuff like that.
gack? What the fuck is gack?
was a gag.
You don't know what gack is? We're in
No, is this
Orlando.
like Gorilla Glue or something?
Nickelodeon gack.
Like gum is like gum, where you have to cut your hair or something, or like gack. I don't know what
I
gack
had
is.
freaking long hair down my butt.
Is it like
and
silly
you're
putty?
Like, it's all slimy and it gets stuck in your hair.
And you have to cut it.
Is this like something
Yeah,
Double
probably
Dare-ish?
Yes, it's like that's. You don't remember that?
Yeah,
How
like in
old
the
are you?
80s.
Slime.
In the 90s, yeah, those slime.
Yeah, well, my brother used. I have brothers, but they would put it in my hair, and my hair was like down to my butt.
Yeah.
And I had to like chop some of it off because it got stuck in there.
Oh,
Damn it.
Yeah.
Gee. All
I'm
right.
crazy. That's why I got a black belt to beat up my brothers.
There you go.
So-
yeah, just protect yourself in the house.
I'm
there's
under
Somebody
five.
bullying you? Yeah, my family.
I'm under 5 feet. You know.
All right, so
Julie is 2'4". Let's not.
I'm not 2'4".
5 feet. Crap, forget. She's 2'4". I'm telling you.
Yeah, when she said her hair went down to her butt, that was like 3 inches. Of hair.
Yeah, it was like 3 inches. Yep, they were right down to her shoulders and her feet. It was like heels and her neck.
Wow, I feel like I'm Cousin It or something right now.
You got to come see Julie, man, and do this podcast. She's awesome. We love listening to her talk and looking at her.
So, Aaron, how did you get into? We got to snort on the podcast, guys.
I need to snort something.
Oh no, not again! We already talked about. See, Julie did not admit nothing.
If I did drugs, we would all be in trouble.
Yeah. We'd all be in jail right now.
There would not be microphones set up. There would just be one cell phone camera and a really bad intentions before that. I don't know where this is going.
Going by right now.
All right, let's get back to our guest. Don't worry. When I edit this and have it all come down to something, it will make sense. Right now, it just seems like like people are talking over each other, playing a bad D&D game when somebody rolled weird dice.
Yes.
Yeah. That was me attempting to connect to our nerdy listeners.
Yeah. Hey, dragons out there, you dragon people, you know who you are.
So
we got in trouble for that once. Remember?
What?
Somebody yelled at us for talking over each other.
Did I do that?
I don't know. I think it was.
Was that me?
Our mystery person. I'm not gonna say names.
Yeah. So, what do you do? This is an open question for all of you. As I am not a comedian, I am just a poser. That's what I'm going to be. I'm just going to be a poser comedian. During your open mic hostings, or during your times when you're standing around waiting to go up, how do you guys make it through watching other people bomb so badly? You don't laugh at them to encourage them, but laugh at them because it's so bad.
I have ADHD. I can't really focus. If you go up there and you don't catch my attention within the first 30, 45 seconds, I'll pull out my phone and start playing a game on my phone. I lose attention. I can't focus on it.
Okay.
I sing songs.
Yeah. So during somebody else's set, you'll just break into song?
Because I have a story.
That's fucking maniacal. That is so insane. That is so creepy.
This guy, I was at the... sorry, I'm interrupting the host. I'm sorry.
No. Oh, God, there's like a hierarchy now? Get the fuck out of here.
So I was...
Are you trying to make moves at the host? What is going on right now? I am very confused.
I would not do that. I would have... I want to go there.
I have a habit. I heard that.
No, I was going to say something else, and I cut myself off.
Ooh, woozy head.
So I was at the Improv one night, and this guy, I don't even know who he was, and I never seen him again on stage, but he said, are there any hot women in the house? I raised my hand thinking he said that. He asked if there was any pregnant women in the house.
That was you?
You just... you got baited.
I raised my hand, and he's like, you having a boy or girl? I mean, excuse me? I am not that fat, thank you. I was about to beat him up.
Holy crap.
So, you didn't understand what was going on.
But back to hosting, like, and people bombing, let me tell you something. We've all bombed. I bomb sometimes. It happens. So I don't feel that... I'm like Aaron, the same way. You just lose, and just pay attention to the clock, and you start looking, you play something or you do this, and I bombed. I'm probably going to bomb again some point. It's been a while, so it's due. So come on and watch me bomb. It could be the next time. It might be fun.
You just push through it. If you're on stage and you're bombing, you just push through it.
So as a host, it's, hey, that guy's having a rougher time than me. So
my favorite thing is when I was doing the open mic circuit here, I would do Drunken Monkeys like once a week and never practice any
that's
of
my
my
place
bit.
to bomb right there.
Yeah, but I would become a buffoon to people. Like, I have lost all credibility going week after week doing the same bad joke over and over again until like last year I decided, you know what, fuck this. I'm actually going to put some solid effort into this. And it was so long that people had forgotten how bad that I was at the beginning of doing these Heather Shaw's open mics. Yeah. She was every single week at this point. So you know this is a little while back. So David Jolly opens up the open mic. I'm about 6 or 7 on the list. And by the time I've listened to every other comedian that I've sat around and listened to for the last 11 months before that, because I kept going and going and going, but never performing. So I've heard all their sets so many times, and I mean, at that point, you just got to go. I get it, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I know all the comedians are sitting on their phones during their friends' sets. They've heard it so many times. But anyways, so David Jolly made something about a roundhouse joke of dicks. It was basically a roundhouse of black penis around me. that wasn't his opening line for me, but I decided to take that window, and that was actually the only successful 5 minutes of comedy I've had yet.
There you go.
Is because I relied off of a funnier comedian
You got a
that I
good
could
host,
walk into.
and you got experience like following that and using what they used on you to make everybody else laugh.
Sometimes you can do that. Sometimes you can take a
There's nothing wrong with that.
situation, especially if it's another joke or even if it's
Yeah.
another comic